Hi, how are you? I've been going back and forth into, what to say after my face-to-face video, because the last time I did the videos, I think that it was maybe back in October, November, and winter came in and things get hectic, and then here we are into, everyone is in either lockdown or stay home in their own countries, and it's hard to do videos that are just like la 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 la, just because the world is going through different things. So I'm going to still making the same videos talking about the special needs community, because again, this was for my special needs parents, or if you're special needs parents, to know that hey, there's someone out there that who gets that, and that's me and your friend and anyone else in this community. But also because of what we're going through right now, I just want you as a special needs parent to know that I totally understand. I know how hard it is and it's scary for our children, because talking to a friend, and we were talking that we feel that the entire world came into our world, if that makes sense, because in the special needs community, we know the importance of washing your hands. So especially for the more medical complex children, parents, we know that you stayed away from people who sick. You don't go out in the winter. You should seclude yourself in your home, making sure that you don't catch something so you don't pass it along to your children, and etc. And washing our hands has been like nailed down since you first get a diagnosis. I know that of course within all the special needs community, not all children are medically complex, and sometimes if you have a child who has a need that it's not medical in the way of saying, so for example, ADD. So they may take medication, but they don't need to have all these extra safeguards as somebody who has a G-tube, somebody who may have a seizure disorder, somebody who, may have CP, etc. So, we were talking, and one of the first things that we felt that now everyone, it's like in our world, and things that we have been doing forever. So for example, we have always had Lysol sprayed, and we have always washed our hands multiple times a day, to the point that I do invest in good hand lotion, because the amount of times that we wash our hands is so much that you have to take care of your skin. And I'm talking about that we wash our hands 30-40 times a day, even if it's not more. And in the same way that how you have seen those videos now that wash your hands for 20 seconds, we don't wash our hands for 20 seconds. 20 seconds is the minimum amount that you should wash your hands. We wash them for 30-40 seconds. Same for the Clorox wipes, and just to keep your house clean. That has been something that special needs parents, especially within the medical complex community, we have been doing that for years. And one of the things, of course, now that we have less products around, we do feel that now people will understand this in another level. I hope that once the world is able to go back to its normal, people are more aware that this was just something for a specific time for them, and what that costs, that's what some people go through the entire life, that they don't have a lockdown just for a specific amount of time. That's their lifestyle. So I hope that people can understand that. And reading in Facebook, in the firefighters from my city, they posted something that they were saying shout out to all the medical staff and everyone who's frontline, while all of us are staying home to make sure that we don't have more cases. But they were giving a shout out to the special needs parents, and I'm not going to get emotional, but it did a little thing in my heart, because then I was like, thank you. Like, no, really, like, thank you. Because in their post, it was about, like, they understand how, special needs parents go through this all the time, and they're going to go through that as long as their children are alive. So my message is that if you are the parent of, a complex, illness, disease for your child and grown up, or a loved one, I get it. I totally know how it is. But at the same time, if we can cheer some to the rest of the world that is going through this, to say, yes, it is hard, but it's not the end of the world, in the way of saying that I have done it, and there's millions of people who have done it, so you can do that too. And if you're watching this and you are not a special needs parent, or if you're not a medical complex special needs parent, know that you will be okay. I know that, yes, if you are taking safeguards, if you're washing your hands, if you're avoiding trying to go out, if you're following your country's, regulations, you should be okay. And when I say that you will be okay, it's not because I'm saying that everyone will be out of this. Just saying like, oh, la la la, and it, like nothing happened. No, this is, it's serious. And when I first started watching the news, again, as a special needs parent, I was telling all my friends, get ready, because at least where I live, we didn't have any cases until, maybe late March or mid to late March. But when I saw that it had left China, this is like mid-February. We didn't even have cases in the country yet. And I got prepared, because having the child that I have, I needed to be ready. And when I say that I got prepared, it's not that I went and I hoard things. I just make sure that we were going to be able to continue to have his medication. I make sure that we could have rescue medications. If they were expired, I call the doctor and say, hey, can we get a refill? I call the doctor to get a note for the school, because the schools were not closing then. And I have already talked to the teachers saying, hey, you know what, after spring break, he's just not going to be back. So that's when I say that we were getting ready. Not because we went out and we bought everything and anything. We don't have toilet paper in here. Like, we don't have cases, okay? Is that I got prepared for my child. I needed to make sure that, for example, he drinks Pediasure. I needed to make sure that we will be able to get Pediasure for him, because that's how he takes his medications. So I was getting ready to make sure that he was taken care of. And I know that it's hard, and honestly, I just don't have many words to say about that. My heart breaks. It breaks. I'm trying not to be sensitive about it, but how you cannot be, knowing that there's thousands of people died, and even though no one from my family has got the virus, I have an empathy in me towards others, in the way that, when I saw the cases in Italy, and when you have lost somebody, and I have, my father passed away many years ago, and my grandma, which we were very close to, have passed away as well. When you know what the pain that it is, the type of heartache that you go through when somebody that you love, that you deeply love, passes away, you know how hard it is. And that's what I get emotional, because I can just picture thousands of families going through this, and it's just, I don't know, it's devastating. And I know that people die. We all are born to die. That's what it is. But dying from something that could have been prevented, because this is not cancer. This is not, something that you were born with it. This is something that we are passing to each other, and it was from interspecies. That's what it breaks my heart, because these families were not, they never thought that they were going to be losing their loved ones when they did. And not being able to mourn, not being able to go through the process of having a funeral, and to go through all the grieving steps, it just breaks my heart, because I know how it is, and you need to go through those steps. And I remember I broke down crying when in the news where I live, they said that we had the first case of somebody who passed away. And what it got to me is that they said that person passed away alone in the hospital, because that's how it is. It's not that you are surrounding your home with your loved ones. It's not that you are surrounding a hospital with everyone that you love. So that just gets so deep into me, because I feel for those people, which I don't even know, but it's the kind of human that I am. And out of everything, the economic hardship that this is creating, the not having classes, the life that was paused right now, nothing can compare to the way that how I feel for all the people who has lost somebody to this. So it bothers me when people say, when this is going to be over, when can we go out, when can we, what? That just says that we have so much to learn still, as a humanity, that we are losing the human part of ourselves, that we are missing out to feel for others. We are missing out to be empathetic for others. So if you're watching this and you are not in the special needs community and you're going through this, I want you to think for a moment that some people, this is how they live the entire life. This is how their families cope with this. And think that there's other people who love people and they're dying. So now think yourself, somebody you love the most, somebody very close to you, and if you cannot relate to that, maybe think about yourself. What about if you die, somebody that loves you? How do you think that they're going to feel about it, and not be able to hold your hand as you take your last breath? So I just hope that people become more humans, because I have felt for a long time, if you see one of my old videos about if you were happy with your lifestyle, I've been saying this for years. Our special needs journey started already, we're going into 7 years, and our life changed 7 years ago. We made that change. It's not that somebody told us to do it, or we were forced to do it. We took that decision to change our lives so we could be with him, because we understood that life was never guaranteed. And even though we all say that we know that, it doesn't click with you until something drastic happens. And this is your opportunity to say, this is your drastic moment in life, to say, slap in the face, wake up. What do you want to do with your life? You can come out of this being a better person, be more human, and whatever you want to do. Again, I don't think that I can change many people, but if this resonates with you, I just want you to think about, doing that exercise before you complain about being, in your house. You have a roof, come on. If you are complaining because you are inside your home, be thankful that you have a roof. And, if you're complaining because you're doing e-learning, be thankful that you can do e-learning, that your children still have access to education, where there's many parts in this world where children are not being educated. And if you're lucky that all your loved ones are still here with you, hopefully when you come out of this, you call them every day, you hug them, you kiss them, do the physical touch part. I have always said that I'm a hugger because I feel that people are missing out, that people are missing touch, people are missing the touch of life. And if it may do something for them, I don't know, but it does it to me, because I do need a hug too, you know. But you know, I can keep getting around this a long time, but I just want you to know that you're not alone. Never, you're never alone. There's somebody out there that you can reach out to, or that they can reach out to you. If you are the person that you can reach out to somebody, please do so. Offer your help, you know. There's nothing more easy and free to do than to ask somebody, how are you doing? Do you need anything? Maybe you're not going to be able to do that, and I can guarantee you, because it happens to me all the time, when I ask, hey, do you need help? I always say, you know, they always tell me no, and I totally get it. But at least I wanted that person to know that, hey, I'm here for you. And if you need me, maybe if you don't need that type of help, just know that you can just pick up the phone and call. And that's what I think that life is about, you know. I have always said that life is about making memories. So hopefully you're making a good memory that you can go back into that specific time and think about that memory with a fond memory. Think about it with happiness and how much you have grown now where you are. So anyway, so hopefully you are good. I am good. I'm happy. Okay, don't get me wrong. I do break down when I think about people, you know, grieving, because suffer has been in this world forever, but all at once, and all these families grieving, and in the way that they cannot even grieve a loved one the way that how normal it is. Because I even think that, you know, even a war, you know, if they're able to bring, I know it sounds horrible, but even if they're able to bring the bodies back, at least you can still do a funeral, you can still gather, you can still mourn. And right now we're not even able to do that. So that's what breaks me out of everything, and it breaks me for other people, not even for myself. So I hope that that can just show you a different side, you know, a different way how to look life and things, because that has always been my purpose. When I started making these videos, I just wanted to say, hey, maybe you can think about this in another way, or you know, maybe there is another side to things, because there always are. So anyway, that's it for today. So hugs, give yourself a very, very good hug. Imagine my hug. I'm a very good hugger, I promise. I don't do to the side. I do a bear hug where I should squeeze my entire body, and kisses. And again, I hope that this is going to be my only video like this, just because when I cry, my nose start getting runny, and I can just keep, you know, crying forever. So anyway, so my next videos, I'm going to continue to touch base on all the topics that I have for special needs. I'm going to be cooking, I'm going to be cleaning, I'm going to do my nails, I'm going to do makeup, just because I want to show you real life and what we're doing right now. So it may be a mix of everything right now, but bear with me, and hopefully you find it entertaining, or can just make you stop for a second and think. So that's it for today. Take care.